And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a beautiful and amazing Thursday, and you are beautiful and amazing too. Hey, welcome. It's glad to have you all here. We're going to be doing some actual building and stuff today, and lots and lots of cooking. So let's get back into some Minecraft. It's going to be a special breed of fun here. The furnace is working, y'all. We got it all sorted out last week on Tuesday, and it has been doing great. The circuit we rigged to run the kelp farm has been working, right? We're not down low enough that it matters, but these guys are all empty, or mostly so, I think. So yeah, this has been whack. Okay. We do still have a lot of kelp over here. Not so much on this side, which is about what I would expect since it goes into these ones first. But that's fine, because when this one runs out, it'll trigger the kelp farm. And yeah, if it floods that side, that's fine. The rest of it will end up down here anyway. So yeah, it'll spread out and everything will be great. Now, the thing is, I need to be doing grammar is what I need to be doing. Because words, man, words are hard. They have the letters and I can't say them all. It's too hard. Anyway, so we're going to be doing some glass, and I smelted up a couple of shulkers. This will not be nearly enough. We'll probably have to go get some more. But I need to put my my bone meal farm back together, or bone meal farm. The farm that I had that made the stuff and things. Flower farm. That's what I'm talking about. I had left over here, right here, this happy little chest, a little lilac farm. It just, remember, it was sort of in the way when I set up the smelter here. Okay, well, I'm going to need it back because we need magenta glass, and I have not magenta. So we're going to be doing that, and I think I need a good... Really, this is just a temporary farm. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy with it. So let's just... Should we just set up shop over here? Yeah, we'll just set up shop over here. So first thing I'm going to need, is some dirt. I suppose moss will be fine too, but we'll hit it with some dirt. And let's just do things here. Okay. So we'll get that going. I need a dispenser. Okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be right. It's just right. That goeth thusly. I'll need to move one of those. Yeah, that'll go there. That's fine. Ah, not that one. That was the one that was pointing the right way. Let's try the one that's pointing in the not right way. Huh? Okay, that's gonna go there. Oh, I need a lever. Lever. Do I have one? Just the filter lever. So let's go ahead and... I probably have a bunch in my redstone chest, actually. Yeah. Of all of the redstone components that I always end up not having, the lever is absolutely it. Okay, good. So we can turn it on and off, which is ideal. That goes there. Do I want to... Nah, we'll just... fill that. I was like, do I want to set up like a hopper and a chest or something? But no, we're fine. The other thing I should put over here is a crafting table. Okay. Again, we're just dealing with low budget nonsense here, okay? I'm not worrying about anything permanent, okay? We can worry about that later. Today, I need to not worry about it. Okay. Next thing we need to do is let's get some Have a little bit of magenta. Let's cook up some more. And here, I'm just going to let that go for a minute. We'll end up with flowers all over the place. It's, you know, it'll be a mess, but it's okay. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and craft all the dyes. Okay. And I need magenta stained glass. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make this shulker box magenta too. Because, sure, why not? Okay, hang on. We're out of... We'll get this sorted out, you know. Oh, hey, I guess I need more... I apparently need more dye than I had. Strange how it happens. You end up use it, you end up not having it anymore. I mean, have our dye and craft with it too. I mean, what the heck, man? Okay. That should work for now. Ta-da. All right, so anyway, as I was saying, we need to do the thing. Okay. And again, just for grins and giggles, and also to make it easier to tell apart. Well, you know, a magenta shulker box, that really looks like Barbie pink. Okay. Not like pink pink. That looks like Barbie pink. Which is probably okay. I mean, I am building what is apparently, you know, Barbie's Mad Science Lab. So, you know, it's okay. And I'm also drinking out of a soda with a pink can. So, you know, we're just all up in the pink here today. It's great. Not the... Okay. No, hang on. Need more dye. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get the glass. Done enough. Looks like enough. All righty. Go ahead and save some of that. And now, what's our time looking like? Let's sleep, and then we shall head up and start placing some more glass. It's going to be a lot. So I think what I'm going to do is go up. That would be helpful too. Would it make sense to do the undersides first? That's an interesting thought. Let's go to the movies. Missed it. Yes, if I do the bottom sides first. Okay, apparently I have some captive dolphins. Awesome. Hopefully they won't suffocate themselves. They might have actually fixed that bug, finally. Which, I'm a happy fan of that. Where the dolphins would just suffocate in, because their I don't know, their AI broke and they just can't do things. All right. You know, I kind of wish that when you let go of a Nautilus, or anything on a lead, actually, that it wouldn't just drop the lead, it would give it back to you. You know, it would just go back into your inventory. All right, so what I'm going to do, you know, it's a little dark. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the gamma override just so it's a little bit easier for everybody. Oh. I apparently didn't fill out the bottom. Well, I hate it when my bottom's not full. Wait, that sounds really wrong. No, that's not quite what I meant. Hang on, where's my... Oh, there's my Nautilus. Okay, no, you can stay there for a minute. That's fine. Hopefully I won't lose him. That's always a possibility. We'll find him again eventually, right? Let's get some prismarine bricks. Would that be enough? That'll be enough. Anyway, because I need to do the bottom side of the wedge. So let's go ahead and get that done. Woohoo! All right. All right, come here. That's right. Oh, right. Hey, it's 2 blocks wide. Oh, I didn't even do the top. Oh, jeez. Talk about putting the cart before the horse here. All right. No, this is fine. 2, 3. Yeah, we can make this work. Right. Absolutely, we can make this work. Or I could not make it work, and that's a fun thing to do too. Back up. That's right. Back it up. Back it up. Anyway, how y'all doing? Y'all doing okay out there? Having a time? Got plenty of Nautilus out here, fortunately. Not that I need more of them, but it's nice to know that they're out here just waiting to be friends. It's probably a metaphor for something, right? There are plenty of fish in the sea, and some of them will let you ride them. No, that probably isn't right. That's probably, there's probably something very, very wrong about that. But you know what? We're gonna just move on, okay? We're gonna move on with our naughty Nautilus. Okay, that was. I really should, pay attention to what I'm saying or something when I stream. That actually would make some sense. Percent. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and double this up. Yeah. Okay, that's in the wrong place. All right. Heck, no. Want all the things in all the places. Okay. Wow. Ouch. Right. The up. I want to treat this like it's a happy ghast where I can just float up, but that is a jump button or a dash button. Doesn't work quite as well. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to get out here with some more bricks, but hey, I've got the glass, so let's now glassify all the things. Also would be great is if I had, the glass. All right. Yeah, because I've got to redo the outsides and all the other fun stuff too, but okay. Yeah, see, this just fits right in. Unfortunately, it also takes a lot of glass. This is why I built the furnace, y'all. I built the furnace so that we could cook up all the glass. And I'm definitely going to have to. I think I have one more shulker of sand. Maybe a second one? Maybe. Or a partial one. So we may have to take a detour out to a desert and get more sand. Which is fine, because I titled this episode, or the stream, Cooking with Glass. And I should probably, you know, cook glass at some point. Yeah. I was double checking earlier today too. I set it to AFK overnight. One, just to be sure that yes, the farm is actually, the kelp farm is working, the furnace is working, everything is behaving the way I was expecting it to from our testing and stuff on Tuesday. And it is, which is great. Ah, I'm stuck. But on top of that, yeah, the kelp farm stuff that we did, ouchies. Anyway, the kelp farm stuff that we did, so that it will trigger off the farm when I run out of kelp in one of those chests. That's working great. I've lost. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's like, I know there's glass around here somewhere. I just dropped it. Okay. So anyway, so that's really awesome. So yeah, everything works. And I have a couple of stacks of glass, or a glass of kelp blocks in every one of the main furnace arrays. So each furnace actually has like 3 stacks of kelp blocks and then some. And I sit here and think, man, it takes forever to get all of the kelp. And it does. Honestly, the 13. Oh, why am I? No, go away. The 13 furnaces or something I have smelting the kelp is not really enough, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I want to try to make it, or try to get more, but it's fine. But I sit there. No, stop that. Go away. Anyway, I keep thinking about, okay, this goes on, it takes forever, and I only get a couple of kelp blocks in the furnace, per, you know, each furnace in the array. And then I had to stop and remind myself that by the time the minecart goes off and fuels that array, I'm actually dropping off 128 kelp blocks just for the furnace array, plus another 26 for the smokers. Right. We're talking about 150 blocks of kelp that gets smelted and delivered. And that is a lot of kelp. Okay, it really is. So, you know, is it the best option? Well, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm not, if this really was the most efficient or effective way of doing it, but because I certainly burned through a lot of kelp to generate that. But it is fuel positive, so I guess that's a thing. If I were really desperate, and I'd have to be really desperate, but if I were really desperate, I could rig up like a sugarcane farm, and then, you know, craft that into blocks or something so that I could smelt it. So, you know, I don't know. You know, use that as fuel. I mean, it would work. Don't get me wrong. It absolutely works. I got that back in the Badlands, just for a much smaller furnace array. And yeah, I don't know if that would be worth it. You know what I mean? Because what I would have to set up would be a not, I said sugarcane before, I meant bamboo, but I have to set up a bamboo farm for each of those things. It would basically be, I don't know what, 9 by at least 9 bamboo per furnace, because I'd want to generate a full block every time it runs, at least a full block, and possibly more, if possible. So, and I'd have to do that for each of those furnaces. So that's a lot of bamboo that would have to be harvested. On the other hand, it's a lot of kelp that has to be harvested too. So, you know, it's a thing. At least if I did the kelp or the bamboo, I wouldn't have to cook it first. Which honestly might have been a better option for the smokers, but that's all right. Whoa. Okay, again, I can't go up with that. The go up button that you would use on a Happy Ghast is the go fast button on a Nautilus. All right, so we keep it going. Oh, this is going to take a while, but let's just focus on getting the glass in place. Okay, and we'll get that going. Meanwhile, I just finished reading a book the other day. What was it? Finished reading yesterday. It was the Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England, I think. Something along those lines. It's a Brandon Sanderson one-off. And that was really fun. And which was funny too, because I just finished reading Project Hail Mary. Maybe not just, but recently finished reading Project Hail Mary, which was apparently part of his inspiration for writing that. So, you know, that was fun to see. So, you know, it's always fun when you see various creators that are inspired by each other, you know? I was actually listening to a podcast yesterday. It was the Dropping Names podcast. It's Dropping Names with Brent and Johnny, which is Brent Spiner and Jonathan Frakes. And they were talking with Felicia Day, who is sort of an amazing geeky entrepreneur. Okay, she did all sorts of amazing stuff. You know, you have her to thank for Critical Role, for example. Of course, she also says, "Yep," and I got out of all of that stuff just before the money hit. So, you know. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, she had proposed a D&D stream because she was all about streaming and stuff. Okay, she proposed a D&D stream that would be hosted by Will Wheaton. But Will thought, you know, instead of D&D, what if we did board games and we would play a different game every week, right? And that became Tabletop. Okay, which was fun. I like that show. I got introduced to a number of good games through Tabletop. But so since he was doing that, she got in touch with one of her friends who was a voice actor, who played lots of D&D with other voice actors, and said, "Hey, what if we get together and do this?" She said, "Okay, yeah, that'll work." Yeah, became Critical Role. Way back in the day. And she did the web series The Guild, which was fun. I have to admit, was it the second or third season The one that brought in Will Wheaton as sort of a villain was I first watched that on DVD rather than on YouTube because I had it on DVD. And I had to turn it off because there was so much profanity. Watch it on YouTube, but they censored all of that, which was great. The DVD version was so bad. They dropped their language was so foul. At least the Wheaton and his team of ne'er-do-wells. And man, it was like, I want to sit and watch this with my kids because it's geeky and it would be fun, but not like that, man. But that show went on for, they did 4 seasons. Of course, web series, so they weren't particularly long seasons, but yeah, it was all sorts of cool. Okay, we can get over. Okay, I'm doing with glass. Doing okay. Doing okay. So yeah. So that was a fun series and had a bunch of fun actors and stuff in it. Yep, that, and she was in Dr. Horrible's Sing Along blog, which man was so fun. It was Felicia Day, Nathan Fillion, Neil Patrick Harris, and a handful of other people, obviously, but those were the principal characters in it. And dang, it was good. It's a shame Joss turned out to be maybe not the greatest guy to work with, apparently, but that series was all sorts of fun. It's like, hey, we're a bunch of creative people during a writer's strike, so let's go do our own thing. And some of those types of things are amazing. That one, and Dave wasn't it. Fillion was. They did Joss put together a production of Much Ado About Nothing, which was actually really, really good. I forgot, was it Amy Acker? If I'm getting that name right. And I forgot who the male lead on that was. Fillion played I forgot the captain of the guard. I forgot the character's name. So that was really cool. Sean Mayer was in that one as a rather detestable sort. That was one of the few times I'd seen Shakespeare performed in a way that the Shakespearean dialogue felt natural, right? I don't know if you've ever watched a Shakespeare play, something, Romeo and Juliet or something like that, and they feel like they are not necessarily acting Shakespeare as much as reciting Shakespeare. Okay. Sure, they're putting emotion into it because, they're actors and stuff, but it feels like they are doing Shakespeare, right? But this production of Much Ado About Nothing, it felt like this was just the most natural thing in the world for them to be speaking in Shakespearean English. And yeah, it was really good. definitely recommend it if you're into Shakespeare at all. Much Ado About Nothing was really good. Yeah. Also had oh, now I'm blanking on my name. He played Phil Coulson in the early Marvel movies. Why am I blanking on his name? Anyway, he was in that too. Again, so good, so good. All right, am I gonna have to? Actually, I might have enough glass to do this. That would be handy. That would be really handy. I gotta say. Yeah, I don't watch Shakespeare often, but hey, no. You don't get to come attack me. You go away. Should get out my trident or something. To be or not to be? Yes, that is the question after all. How's it going, Fox? Hope you're having a fabulous day over there on Twitch. No, but there are a few. You know, as I said, I like Romeo and Juliet. That one's fine. There was a 1960s version that was really good. Yeah, ubi cake to purple yam. Okay, fun. Fun. Not much of a yam person myself, but hey, tasty food is tasty food to whomever is eating it. The other version of Romeo and Juliet that was really good, that surprised the heck out of me, was it was Romeo plus Juliet, starred Leonardo DiCaprio. So you never had yam? That's fair. I used to do this with sweet potatoes, but they're basically the same type of thing. It's very similar to a yam. You can make it with yam, but would do basically candied yams or candied sweet potatoes. Sweet potato pie, depends on which Southern cookbook you're using. Used to make that for Thanksgiving regularly. Very tasty. I think I was the only one in my family who liked it, but you know, still tasty. But anyway, yeah, Romeo plus Juliet, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, was weird. It caught me by surprise. It's like, oh yeah, Romeo and Juliet, cool. And it is the bard's words. It is the Shakespearean dialogue, except it's set in 1990s Miami, and it is really good though. It was one of those times because at the time DiCaprio was pretty much just this teen, like he's the teen heartthrob, right, from Titanic and stuff like that. And he never struck me as being a particularly good actor in those roles, okay? But you see him in Man in the Iron Mask or Romeo plus Juliet, and you realize, oh yeah, this kid actually can act. And now fast forward to today when he's got, you know, multiple Academy Awards, and you know, it's an entirely different story. That's not where that goes. Okay. But yeah, we used to. But no, my mom used to make sweet potatoes and stuff for Thanksgiving every year. It was some mashed sweet potatoes or mashed yams, depending on what we were doing that year, I guess. You know, mixed with brown sugar and butter, and I don't remember what all. Marshmallows on top, you know, that type of thing. Because it's about the only way those things are edible. But no, it was good. It was good. Not especially a fan of like sweet potato fries. I know there's some people that really like those. Not really a fan. When I was still making up breakfast skillets, yeah, kind of close here. I would, yeah, every week or two, I'd sit down and make up a big pot of skillet, I guess, of it was potatoes and beans, and for a while I was doing chorizo, but then I cut out the chorizo and just put in more beans. So I get the protein, but without the fatty meat, because, you know, heart health is apparently a thing I should be worrying about at my age. But towards the end there, I started splitting it and doing, about half or 2/3 potatoes, and then the rest sweet potatoes. And yeah, it definitely changed the flavor a little bit, but it was fairly tasty. Just shred it all up, you know, hash brown style. So good. All right. But those were all your classic orange yams and sweet potatoes and things like that. Don't think I never had the purple ones. I've had blue potatoes before though. Those are okay. I live in a part of the country, part of the United States that grows a fair amount of potatoes. And yeah, so there's a significant variety that's available down here if you want to go looking for them. Okay, it's not quite like Idaho, but close enough, I guess. All right. I might have enough to get this last bit done. Hope so. It'll go better if I quit misplacing the blocks, but you know, that just makes sense. I don't know if we can make sense here on this channel. That's no, there's one play I keep meaning to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've got a copy of it on my server. So I think I've got the DVD around somewhere that I ripped, but it was Henry V. And this version stars Kenneth Branagh as Henry. And was apparently very good. My dad loved this one, but I never got around to watching it, so I don't know how good it actually is. Okay. But yeah, it's fun stuff. But anyway, back to 3 topics ago. I said Felicia Day was on Dropping Names. That was a fun interview. So definitely go check that out. It's on YouTube. I'm fairly certain. Actually, I know it's on YouTube because that's where I watched it. But it's probably in any number of other places as well. Okay. Well, did not make that jump. I think, I don't know if this is going to be enough. If it's not, we'll go get some more. But let's just go get them more. Because I know I'm going to need it. So let's grab another stack or 2 of prismarine. And get the outside of that done. Also, I could probably turn off the whatever that was. The gamma override. Yeah, it's nice when I'm doing stuff underwater, just to turn that on so it's easier for y'all to see. Oh, I should get some more rockets too. Oh, while we're doing this, Should we get some more sand cooking? Let's get some more sand cooking. Okay. Now, obviously, that box is not full. Box is pretty close. And that one's pretty close. Okay. All right, that one's good. That one's almost full. Okay, and that's smooth sandstone, so cool. All right. Nice. Yeah, let's get some of the sand cooking while we're doing the next round of glass. Because we're definitely going to need it. And that's the stone. Okay. Okay, so that goes in there. So there's that. Sandstone, apparently. Shiny. Gotta love it. Sandstone, and let's grab sand. Those things, they're so close in texture. Okay. Well, that should be good. Off we go. Oh, I need some more food here too. All right. All right, all right. Let's continue on the way. As our sand cooks into delicious. Yeah, the sand is absolutely delicious. Cooks into delicious glass. That's what we're doing. You know, if you can cook all your meals with glass, you know, that's the way to go. Oh, I also need I'm out of the range of the beacon. I also need some sea lanterns. Because what did I do over here? I did sea lanterns. Oh, I didn't do sea lanterns. I was going to, but I didn't. Slabs would be helpful, though. But that's okay. We'll deal with that later. Okay, so yeah, we're going to need some slabs. But at least let's get the blocks in place. So when I put the glass in, this will make sense. Okay. Well, hey, the beacon's kicked in again. Nice. Okay. Well, all right, I dropped that stone, so cool. All right. Okay. No, we'll get it. This isn't too bad. I mean, I marked it out in granite. I didn't know what it was going to be. I just knew granite wasn't it. But granite cleans up pretty quick if you've got a haste beacon, so. Of course, I don't anymore. Unfortunately, the beacon is on the other side of the building over there, so over on this side, it's going to be a little bit, it's a little weak. But that's okay. All right. So, yep. Pop all of that in place. I should do a quick check too, make sure the light levels are okay, but they're probably fine. I mean, it's a pretty definitive probably, but okay. All right. I'll pick up all of that granite. because that I think is going to be useful here too. I'm not using granite, I think, in this build particularly, but I mean, I could, but no, most of what I'm doing color-wise is going to be, it's going to be purples, right? It's going to be, it's magenta and purple and stuff like that. Right? It's magenta glass and purple. So, yeah, we're not going to be doing, we're not going to be worrying about this other colors. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll get this. Get this. Oh, yep. Yeah, no, you stay in there, okay? Yeah, you stay in there. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to have enough. I hope I do, anyway. Yep, light is a good thing here, too. So, again, I really would rather not have mobs spawn on this. It would hurt the rates of the Guardian farm, if nothing else. Okay. 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 We'll get there. Slowly but surely we'll get all of this in place. All right. Yeah, unfortunately this part's a little bit tedious. And not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. Now this is why I don't build mega bases typically, because this gets long and boring. Heck, that's not how that's supposed to go. All right. But this is fine. We'll totally do the thing. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. Speaking of Shakespearean, yeah, Maul Shadow Lord is so good. Only the first 2 episodes are out. I guess they're doing they're releasing 2 episodes per week. Every Wednesday there's going to be every Monday. Sorry. Oh, and I'm out. Well, cheese monkeys. That's not how it's supposed to go. All right, well, let me go get some more. Get some more prismarine brick, because yeah, it's definitely a thing I'm going to need. I'm going to end up losing some of that diorite, but that's okay. All right, so all right. That in there. We'll throw that in there. And let's go ahead and get some more. 4. Oh, that'll be enough to get this side going at least, hopefully. Upsies daisies. Yeah, here we go. All right. Yep. Sure, get the right tools in the hands. All right, yeah, this whole build is actually new to me in a lot of ways because it's I'm going with something that's really futuristic sci-fi like. I don't typically build that style. And two, it's I'm building with these pastels, right? The prismarine and purple and I don't know what all other colors, which are definitely not my typical color palette, shall we say. All right. And I don't typically build this large, so yeah, it's this is going to be a pretty significant process. Okay. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get the glass in place. I think doing it this way might be better. Do it a row at a time here. Two, three. Yep. Yeah, it's sometimes hard. It's like, what would be the best way of building this big repetitive structure, you know? All right. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, this is going to be a heck of a build. Now, one of the things I'm going to do, and I don't have it set yet, obviously, is once I know where everything is going, or at least have a vague idea, I want to move my nether portal over here. I've got one that's like way over there, but I want to build one that puts me right inside the base. And I need that for a couple of reasons. One, it'll just be a lot more convenient to get in and out. And two, I want to get this on. I want to be putting in some wheat farms in these corner areas here because I want wheat. Actually, I don't want wheat. I want hay bales. Because, you know, I like to use target blocks, and target blocks are annoyingly expensive because of the wheat. So, what I'm hoping to do is basically set up some reasonable farms here that will generate sufficient quantities of hay bales that nope, that's not where that goes. Okay, and around we go. Anyway, something that will generate sufficient quantities of hay bales that so I won't have to worry about them anymore. If I decide I need target blocks, I can come over here and grab hay bales. And since this is an area I'm going to be AFKing on I don't know if a regular basis, but often enough because of the prismarine and sea lanterns. That, yeah, it makes sense that I can get the wheat here too. That and this giant smelter. Because, yeah, it cooks fast, right? I mean, yes, they're furnaces. They cook just as fast as any other furnace. I just have a lot of them, so it cooks everything in parallel, and that is lovely, right? I mean, I have big, well, not big. I have a smallish furnace array in the Badlands. That's bamboo plank powered. And I have an array in the ancient city that was, I don't know, 20 something furnaces, 22, 23, something like that. And that one's just powered by regular bamboo. And it works great. It's just as long as you're not wanting to smelt shulker boxes full of stuff, it works great. This furnace, or array, I suppose. But this system, I can cook a shulker box full of stuff in the same time it would take a regular furnace to cook 27 items, which is a couple of minutes. So, I'm okay with that. And I'm going to be using a lot of smooth sandstone in this as well, so definitely need to be able to smelt all the things in this for this build. So, yeah. This is why I now have this big freaking smelter. And honestly, it was a fun project. The kelp farm obviously isn't difficult. I said it's big. If I had some more smelters or smokers, I suppose, it might work a little bit better, but it's generating a heck of a lot of kelp. So, I don't know. I have to think about how I'd want to approach that. If I want to change what I'm doing to generate fuel. But still, that was fun. And then setting up the... That's weird. Looks like the block sort of curves. It's just strange. Anyway, yeah, setting up the whole furnace array was interesting with the mine carts to power it, or to power it to run the stuff around it, deliver fuel and deliver fuel. That's fairly common, and it's fairly common to use mine carts to deliver the items to be cooked, because turns out mine carts are actually really, really good at, nicely dividing up or distributing the items to be smelted. Try to do it with hoppers and it'll fill one first, and you've got all sorts of weirdness, but doing it with mine carts is a lot easier. The one thing that would be handy, but it's definitely not required, would be a way to auto unload the output when it's done. And there definitely is, right? I could take that, dump it all, with the same braking stuff that I use down there. Right? The same technology I use to unload those hopper carts, I could use to unload the minecart with chest, but and then have that delivered and stuff like that. But nah, this works out all right. This works out just fine. So, we're going with that. Said it to be fair, it's not often that I need to cook more than a shulker full of stuff, right? I mean, 27 stacks is a lot, especially in a single player world where I'm not typically building mega bases. On the other hand, it might make dealing with resin a little bit easier. Because one of the problems I have is, okay, I like resin, get a lot of it. That's great. But you have to smelt the resin before you can turn it into blocks and stuff. So being able to get that and then to bring it over here to smelt up, say, shulkers full of the stuff. And that would be the other thing that would be a little bit nicer, I suppose, would be a way of just feeding shulkers into the furnace, but again, that's gonna get slowed by hopper speeds. So this is fine. I can pull the items out of the shulker box and put them into the chest faster than anything else can. So it works. Oh, it's only half of it. Okay, we're gonna be here for a while, y'all. It's gonna be a hot minute. So my ear itches. But the reason I was talking about Maul Shadow Lord when I went to Shakespeare is Maul is almost a Shakespearean type character. And it's once you start getting into the depth that you pull out of the Clone Wars and Rebels as well, right? You can really start to see some fun stuff with Maul. I need to move my little guy here. Okay, come here. Come here. Oh, that jump didn't work. Let's try this again. All right, well, that almost worked. All right. Oh, he can't stay here. He'll, all right, I need to go put him away. I can't leave him where he's at. Because he'll run away. And I don't want that, so... So that's fine. We'll just tuck him in here. All right, and then... Well... Okay, so now he jumps over the wall. You know, it turns out gravity and Nautilus don't go nearly as well together as one might hope. Yeah, not so much. Okay, well, darn, we'll have to get another Nautilus. All right, well, so much for saving him and putting him someplace safe. All right. All right, so I guess we're going to be back here doing glass. Yeah, I just wanted to move him so that... Because he was going to get trapped inside the glass and, you know, all the stuff. It's a thing. I know. I gotcha. All right. Okay, well, back and forth we go. Let's... Doing on time. All right, we got time. I do have to keep an eye on the clock because I have to work tonight. Shouldn't take very long, but oh, darn it. But I do have to, so got some server maintenance I have to do tonight. So, you know, fun and excitement. All right. Heck. Oh, I need to do this from the other side. That's right. This way is easier. Let's see. What else? Oh, so Saturday. Saturday, we'll be back in Breath of the Wild. And hopefully I'll be able to sort out what all is going on with the puzzles in that Divine Beast I'm stuck on. I got a couple of the controls unlocked. I need to do another 4 more or something like that. And then, of course, there's the boss fight. So that, I'm sure, won't be any problem at all. That, I won't die 40 times, you know. It'll be quick and easy, I'm sure. Did I get that right? No. One of these is in the wrong place. That one. Okay. Okay. Got a bunch of stuff in the wrong place. All right. There it is. Got it. Nice thing about having a pattern that's this regular is it should be fairly easy to spot mistakes. Okay. And yeah. All right. This one. All right. Yep, so I'm going to have to go get another Nautilus. Which means I probably need to get some more blowfish. Yeah, because they are... Because you need those to be able to tame a Nautilus, so... Yeah. Yeah, you know, even if my Nautilus had survived that fall, there was no way I was going to be able to get it back up to water. I guess maybe if I had a happy ghast over here or something like that, I could have done something. But, you know, it would have been tough. Actually, it may not have been that tough. Because what I could do, if I could keep it wet, I could punch through one of these walls and get inside one of the wedges. Okay. All right, so in the meantime, maybe what I'll do is I'll just focus on the top of these top of the wedges today, and we'll do the bottom of them, you know, some other time. Yeah, what I'd like to do is get some of the shape in place. Honestly, I really should start thinking too about the wheat farms. Oh, that's going to be tedious. Because that's going to involve getting villagers places. And while I've got a villager breeder, I don't know how many villagers are actually sitting in the holding area right now. And they're not here. They're back in the Badlands. So I was talking about needing another portal. That's part of the reason why, is I need to be able to truck those villagers across the nether roof and then through the portal. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get all of this this in place. Yeah, because the idea is I want to have, well, multiple floors of wheat. Right. Each of those would be, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-ish layers, 7 or 8 layers of wheat farms. I need a villager on each level. And I need a lays to pick up the wheat. That's an important part of this, okay? And I need a lays to pick up the wheat because you can, with carrots or potatoes, something like that, you could have the villagers throw the items at another villager, right? Hoppers can pick it up and you're fine. But villagers don't throw wheat at each other. They throw bread. And I don't need bread. I need wheat because I need hay bales. So, yeah, that's going to be how that goes. And what I have yet to figure out is how I want to rig that so that the allay can drop off what it needs without escaping. Right. The good news is I have allays here because I tried to use them in the kelp farm before I realized that was a stupid idea. So yeah, so I've got allays and I can breed up as many of those as I need. So that part's going to be fairly straightforward. Okay, that doesn't go there. 2, 3. All right, we are kind of sort of doing okay, maybe. All right. Yeah, because if I can get those, oops, no. All right, if I can get that sorted out, I've got most of the collection system in place. All I have to do is set up the crafters. All right, so that the wheat gets crafted appropriately. And in all honesty, I don't know if I'm going to need more than one. I mean, it would be handy. One of the things I am thinking about is maybe leaning a little bit into the idea of sending the leftover wheat into a bone meal factory, right? So I compost the wheat and then compress it into bone blocks. Cheese monkeys. Which is, fine. Okay. But I might do that just with the leftovers. I thought about doing that with the kelp, but I have a much more elegant solution with the kelp. Because honestly, the solution I have now, it just farms the kelp on an as-needed basis, and we're good to go. Okay. Oh, this is going to look cool when it's done. I should get the slabs. Just to smooth out that slope there a little bit. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me go grab the slabs. We'll put those in place. Should have done that while I was down here. Actually, I don't have to go anywhere to get the slabs. I have a stone cutter on me. No, let's do this one. Okay. And up we go. Did I catch that stone block that I dropped? I didn't. All right. Okay, we'll just slap these in place. Okay, so here's a question for you. Now that, at least in the northern hemisphere, winter has faded, spring is nearly sprung. We're moving quickly into summer. Do you have like big plans for the summer, right? Are you going to be looking at, oh, I'm going to work on my summer bod, right? We're going to do, work out and get all fit and healthy and stuff for the summer? Are you thinking, oh, you know what? It's nice and warm. I'm going to go hiking or swimming or do some sort of other outdoor thing, right? Head out to the range or, something. I know I'm planning on doing not much. I should start announcing this actually. Not next week, but the week after, I'm going to have to cancel a stream. Cancel the Tuesday stream because I have a business trip that I'm going on. I've got a trip for work. So I'm going to have to cancel that one stream. Which is, fine. Okay. Yep. Hack. Okay. I have the slabs on me, right? Might need a few more. So what I might do is I might put the slabs in when I come back up and put the torches back. Just do that all at the same time. Yeah, it's funny. I walk to work, okay, which is fabulous. If you have the option to live close enough to where you work that you can safely walk, I highly recommend it. It's a nice way of getting some basic exercise and just enjoy a hopefully nice, peaceful, relatively comfortable walk to work. Now, in my case, winter shows up and it sucks. It's cold as all heck, but that's fine. But anyway, I bring that up because we have a thing going on at work. It's like, yeah, let's try to encourage people to be healthy. So anyone who wanted to sign up, will break you all into teams and we'll track your steps for the month, and the teams with the most, the most steps will win, I don't know, what is it, gift certificates or something. Okay, which is great. I figured, hey, I'm already walking. I'll just, I can throw in on the team, right? It'll be fine. And it turns out I think I'm walking more on my team than anybody else. Okay, which is fine. Unfortunately, they just put out the, it's like, here's how all of the teams are doing. And there are probably 15 or so. And the team I'm on is, like second to last. We're not doing great. I thought we were doing pretty okay, but it turns out I was wrong. All right. Okay, I'm going to need to get some more prismarine to do that outside. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to finish all of these today. I mean, I knew that going in, but even just doing the top half, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all of them today. Which is fine. Yeah, it was just... I was hoping I'd be able to at least make a little bit better progress, but I don't think that's meant to be. Okay. Okay, we'll go drop off the granite. Ooh, hang on. I'm gonna... Don't really need it, but I do want to drop a torch there on that tree. Okay. All right. Yeah, over here. Go throw that in there. Let's see. I'm gonna... I don't know. We'll just throw those in there for now. I'm out of soda. That's unfortunate. Hey, if you happen to be out of Dr. Pepper, strawberries and cream, zero sugar soda, and you're on YouTube, there should be a link somewhere that you can take you to, I think, Walmart, and you can buy more. It's awesome. All right. So we'll grab some more of that. Okay, yeah, let's, before I get too crazy here, let's unload this glass and let's cook some more. Okay. Yeah, it's very important with this furnace that you unload all of the output before you fire it up, especially if you're cooking full shulkers of things. Because if it can't pick up items that are in the hoppers under the furnaces in the array, you never get the output back. So, all right. Yeah, and that's bad. So, all right. So let's see. This is fine. It's this one over here I'm working on. All right. Yep, and pick up the granite because it's useful. Really useful granite, you know. All right. Yeah, this ended up being a really good pattern here. I mean, it's really simple. It's a pretty straightforward pyramid shape. Kind of long and pointy, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people like it long and pointy. I don't know. Who am I to tell people what they like or don't like? Okay. All right. So, yeah, but this, I think this shape ended up looking really good and said it's going to be cool. I said I don't know these. I think I've got one on the other side that I filled in. It is prismarine. I think it's prismarine brick, but it's not going to be all prismarine brick. I'm going to add in some purple to break up the pattern. I may slip in some prismarine blocks as well because they've got that. They're a little darker, which can be a good thing. It's like Batman. He's cool, but a little darker. Yeah. You know, Batman was never one of my favorite characters. You know, I used to watch, of course, there was the Batman series. I used to watch that sucker on reruns all the time. That 1960s Adam West, Burt Ward, Batman. And that was fun. That was a live action cartoon. It was cool. Is it Cesar Romero who played the Joker? Right. He was actually a fairly significant actor. But anyway, so I used to watch that, and the other thing that was on, I used to watch all the time was the various Justice League cartoons, Super Friends and things like that. And yeah, Batman was fun. It was same actors actually. It was Adam West and Burt Ward voicing Batman and Robin, and they were okay, right? It was fine. But my favorite character on those shows was never Batman. It was, come on, pick that up. It was Green Lantern. Now this was back before they really had totally justified it, but it was back when it's like, yeah, Green Lantern's weakness is things that are yellow. It's like, well, that seems really silly. And they said it was back in the, I don't know, shoot, whatever that cartoon was. And it was just, oh, no. Green Lanterns, I guess originally it was wood. And then they just changed it to yellow things. Now they've justified it. Is the Green Lanterns are set apart by their bravery and their, right, and courage and all this stuff. And yellow is the color of fear and cowardice. And so, yes, fear is the I don't know, antithesis of courage. So, and that was back before they set up the whole rainbow of colors for power rings. Yeah, I mean, now literally it's a rainbow of colors. You've got red rings for anger and pink rings for love. And of course, you did have the yellow power ring, right? Sinestro had one of those. It was fear. And then they've added, like black rings for death, I guess. I don't know. I read there was a comics series in Blackest Night, or maybe it was just Blackest Night. That was actually just like a DC Zombies story that featured the black rings. Oh, hey, we got the input chest back. See, that's why I set up the audio cues. We should be getting the output chest back here fairly soon. That one's fine. This one. Yep, there's the output chest. Say, ringy dingy. I am going to have to dye all of that, but it's okay. We'll deal with that eventually. Okay. Alrighty, and one of these have sand? I guess not. That's just all the glass we've got. Okay, well, I'll deal with that here. I guess I should deal with at least one of these now. How about the one that's already pink? I mean, okay, sure, I can dye that. That's fine. All right, let's go and just bring these over here so we can get some more magenta glass. But see how lovely that was? It's like, yeah, look, we've got all the stuff in the world. All right, let's just put that away for a minute. All right. All right, so while that's cooking, let's start getting some glass here. Make up some magenta. Okay. Making up some magenta glass. Okay. This is not going to be enough. Okay, that's fine. We can do the thing. It's okay. See, it's nice to just be able to... Oh, am I out of bone meal? I'm out of bone meal. Oh, that could be a problem. Okay. Because I don't think I've got enough dye here to fill this out. Maybe I do. I don't think so, though. Yeah, definitely I don't. Okay. All right, well, that's fine, I suppose. Well... Darn. Well, I'll have to get some more bone meal. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take these shulkers and go place some more glass. Okay. Oh, I should sleep. I don't know how close I am to getting phantoms, but I should go ahead and just sleep. Okie dokie. What am I doing next? Hang on, I just want to free cam. So that's all right. That one's okay. Yep. So this one's all prismarine. So we're jumping over to glass. Okay. All right. Well, glass it is. But yeah, I always liked Green Lantern. You know, which is... Well, I was always disappointed, right? You'd have, of course, Superman and Wonder Woman would get movies. Batman in particular seemed to get all this stuff because he's understandably popular, right? Superman is too, but it can be hard to tell a Superman story, right? Batman's fairly straightforward, but in a lot of ways, but Superman's a little tougher. Wonder Woman has some of the same problems that Superman has. She's more or less indestructible and superpowered, and she can fly now and super strength. She's basically Superman, just, you know, with girl parts. So, okay, that's not true. There's more to her than that. She has rope too. But but Green Lantern is different. I didn't rewatch. I watched for the first time the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie from, you know, early 2000s, whenever that was. And for as much heat as that movie takes, it's actually not that bad. Honestly, if it had been made prior to the MCU, okay, I think people would have been pretty happy with it. The MCU changed the game for superheroes and superhero movies. So, yeah, I mean, they made some interesting choices. Like, why did they decide to make his costume animated? Okay, that seemed a little... They made some interesting choices, should we say. But, that said, it wasn't a bad movie, okay? It just wasn't... It wasn't on par with the superhero movies that were coming out at that point. Okay. But I'm really looking forward to seeing a good Green Lantern story, right? Lanterns looks interesting. It's coming out on HBO. Now, I don't have HBO, so guess who's not going to be watching Lanterns? Yeah, that would be me. The show's got some promise. Of course, it's HBO, and they had to fill it with profanity and stuff, but I don't know if they're going to also fill it with gore, violence, and or sex. But they did decide to start to drop F-bombs in it for, I'm sure they have reasons. But the trailer looked good though. So, with Hal Jordan and training Jon Stewart. So yeah, and apparently it is canon with the new rebooted DC universe, which includes the new Superman movie, the new Supergirl, which looks pretty good actually. Again, I don't go to theaters and I don't have HBO, so maybe a while before I see Supergirl. But yeah, Lanterns looks really good, and I'm hoping it ends up doing well, and we get a bunch of good Green Lantern stories. Right? I mean, I could see all sorts of fun stuff with the new Jon Stewart, which is the rookie Lantern in Lanterns. Of course, they've got. I fully expect Hal Jordan to not survive Lanterns, which is unfortunate. Apparently there's some storylines where Hal Jordan just goes nuts and wipes out the Green Lantern Corps. Apparently he does this on multiple occasions, so yeah, I don't know. People keep throwing around the word parallax. I never read the Green Lantern comics, so I don't know what's going on. But they've also got the, I don't know, I'm blanking on his name, that Nathan Fillion plays in Superman. and that was fun. He played a good character there, so I could see that combination being all sorts of interesting, so yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping for good things. One of the things I really liked about Fillion's Green Lantern was that he got upset at Superman for various reasons, some justified, some less so. But he squares off with Superman and has every confidence that he could go toe-to-toe with Superman. Now, you have to be in a special league to be able to deal with Superman and that sort of fight. But he squares off like that, and you get the feeling that, yeah, he actually could. Maybe he could hold his own against Superman. You also get the feeling that Superman would fight clean. That's that particular Green Lantern would fight dirty. So But that was Superman was good. I don't know that I can't remember if I did a really late movie review about Superman, but that was a good movie. One of the things I've had a problem with just media in general lately, but I've hit it a couple of times in some books I've been reading, was that nobody likes fun and happiness and joy, right? Superman is a character that's he's built on hope. That's just what he is, right? it was something that I think the Zack Snyder version of the character was missing. He was missing that sort of hope that he could bring, right? And Batman is not a hopeful character. He's a very dark character and sort of represents the worst parts of humanity in some ways. At least as a hero. But it was so refreshing to watch Superman and say, "Yo, yes, here is our hopeful Superman. Guy who's, who just is that sort of, I believe in the good in people. Not everyone is that good, and those that aren't, do have to face the consequences of their actions. Lex Luthor should in fact go to jail for what he's done and things like that. But Superman sees the good in people. And that was great to see that sort of uplifting story. I read a couple of things. I think I talked about them on the stream Tuesday, maybe. I read the Silo Saga, which is, now a TV show on Apple Plus or whatever. And The Priority of the Orange Tree. And man, both of those books feel like they were written by people who hated happiness. Okay. Silo especially. It's like, dude, there is no fun to be had in this series. And in fact, apparently the ending was too happy because in Silo, because the author had to write a sequel short story novella thing, which took away the part of the happy ending or happy-ish ending of the books. So yeah. So yeah, that was Ack. No. You stop that. Go away. Where did that go? Did I pick it up? Well, if I didn't, it'll pop up here soon, I hope, and I'll see it. I'm a little bit worried about drowned showing up in my kelp farm and killing my axolotls. I mean, the axolotls will absolutely try to fight. That's what they do. But, they'll take damage and may not survive, and that's not ideal. I don't mind them hunting squid, but on the other hand, I might have enough light in there that it doesn't matter, that they'll be safe. Okay, how we doing? Doing okay so far. All right, so. Oh, but yeah, I mean, Silo, the story itself was okay. I mean, but yeah, it was just the whole story from beginning to end is it's just designed to not be happy. Right now, it is a post-apocalyptic story, and so you'd expect a little bit of that. But it just keeps going, and there it is. Aha! They told you it'd pop up. 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, so it's just I guess I'm glad I read it. I mean, I read it. It came up on my radar because of Impulse SV. Because his base on Hermitcraft is inspired by that series, Silo. And man, so he was talking about how much he was enjoying the Apple TV show and all that fun stuff. So great. Again, I don't have Apple TV either. You know, I just don't have. I don't have stuff, right? I can't afford all the streaming services right now. If I could, I would absolutely be getting HBO Max. But you know, Apple TV Plus is just not it. So anyway, I didn't watch it. Wasn't going to watch that. But hey, here are the books. So I'm a firm believer that the books are typically better than whatever gets put on screen. So if that's the case, I will never watch the show because, wow, the books were, I guess they were written okay. I mean, it's not like the books were necessarily written badly. Where did it go? There it is. I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not that the books were written badly. It's just, oops, whatever I just hit, it's not what I wanted. Okay, free cam. Hi, I would like to not be in free cam, please. What did I do? Okay, this free camera is off. Okay, great. Okay, it was F4. That's the one I hit. Okay. Yeah, I have a second free cam mod installed. It's actually just called free cam. I've got Tweakaroo, which is what I typically use. But I have the free cam mod because it allows me to set up just like fixed point cameras, which could be really handy for looking at stuff. Like I could set a camera out in the distance and I could jump to it and say, okay, how's my build looking? Looking good. All right. Jump back to where I'm at. Build some more. All right. Now kick back out to the camera and let's see how it's looking, right? That can be really handy. Or if I wanted to use it for redstone, it's like, okay, we'll leave a camera set up looking at the redstone, and you know, I can do the thing, and as soon as I hit a button, I can jump over into the camera, and right, I can do all that stuff. Great. Really handy. But holy cow. Lots of in the way there. I should look. Probably won't deal with it until the end of April, but I haven't upgraded this world yet to 26.1, you know, the tiny takeover update. I'm not in any real hurry to either. Yes, I would like some adorable critters, okay? Baby mobs they're cute and adorable, and I would not mind having a couple of cute and adorable baby critters, okay? And the stonecutter changes would be really nice as well. Or you can use the stonecutter with regular stone and get cobblestone, or with regular deep slate and getting cobbled deep slate, right? Wonderful. Love that change. But that's not enough of a change to really push the issue for me as far as I need to upgrade now. Like, I wanted to upgrade to this version kind of as soon as I could. Because, you know, it had all the sea critters, the nautilus and stuff, right? Okay, and that's great. I like the nautilus. I mean, I don't need it a lot, but it's certainly come in handy for this build here. But yeah, so anyway. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping I can take a look towards the end of April. I've got some time off coming too. So it's one of the things I want to get done. Just a couple of days off. And get the server upgraded. Oh, you're riding a Nautilus. Awesome. Oops. Carrots are cool. I don't have my... All right, sweet. It would be cool. Have a tag. Oh, they're not named though. Hang on, I have to deal with this. Okay. Figured, hey, let's just keep that zombie Nautilus around here, shall we? Okay. Where'd it go? There he is. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, didn't get that muted. Okay. Cool. Now I don't have any oops. Wrong button. I don't have any... Oh, I have leads though. I don't have any stuff where I can tame him. But I... Oops. Okay. Also, apparently... There we go. That goes in there. Thank you. I remember where things go. Absolutely. Totally. Completely remember where things go. Alright, let's go see if I can find that Nautilus again. Ah, there he is. Hi. Come here. Okay. I'll just drag him over here where I've got a handy little fence post. That'll work. We'll just tie him up over there. And then, the nice thing about zombie Nautilus, aside from the fact they are slightly faster than a regular Nautilus, they don't suffocate, which is also handy. Oh, well, I don't think I can. I don't know if I can put armor and stuff on him right now, which is fine. It can wait. It can wait. Let's see how we doing over here. All right. Anyway, I'm sure I had other things that we were talking about today, but that's fine. All right. So let's see what else. Of course, just had a podcast episode drop talking about how much I dislike spring, so that's cool. Right, and then what other fun? Oh, I'm going to be recording another podcast with my wife this weekend, so that'll be exciting. We're going to be talking about Star Trek, I think. So that's going to be cool. So that'll be coming out here in a couple weeks. But if you want access to that early, you can become a supporter at musicfreegaming.com. And yeah, you can early access to the podcast, both audio and video form. So if you get a custom RSS feed that you can pull into your podcast app of choice. And so you can just listen to the audio version, or you can watch the video version as well. Or you can wait till it hits YouTube and watch it there. But if you want to watch it early, that's the way to do it. Oh. All right. We're getting there. We are absolutely getting there. I think I'll have enough glass. Obviously, I'll have enough glass for this one. I think I'll have enough glass to get the... Oh, hang on. Got to get this. To get the top of the fourth wedge here. 2 and 3. Okay. Yeah, so... Right, so we've got those 3. I've got those sections there too. I haven't obviously done on these other corners yet, but... Yeah, you look at this from above on the map, and it's going to look pretty cool. Especially once I deal with whatever's happening underneath the glass in the wedge on the other side. But it's almost 8. Yeah, I'm not going to have time to finish this. But we'll do what I can. All right. So do I want to try to get the... Yeah, let's go ahead and get the prismarine in place. Doesn't go there, that goes there. Okay. All right, yeah, because if I can get all of this in place, it'll look at least a little bit better for the thumbnail. Yeah, it's the important considerations here, right? It's like, what would look good on the thumbnail? Does it really matter? Does my okay. Short answer is probably not. Oh, back in beacon range again. Yeah, the beacon is sort of towards this corner, I think. So it's not centered because I couldn't center it with the Guardian farm there. But it's fairly close. But yeah, so I think it favors this side a little bit. Okay. Definitely going to have to get some more prismarine bricks to finish this out. But heck. Okay, getting there. Okay, do I have... No, I'm going to have to go get some more. Okay, I was just wondering if I was going to have enough that I could do the sides as well, but I'm not. I'm going to have to go get more prismarine to pull that off. Yeah, one thing I need to do too, and I don't know quite how I want to do it yet, is I'm going to have to do some terraforming of the ocean underneath the base here to sort of bring everything up to a certain level. And I said, I don't know quite how I want to, quite what my goal is for that yet. But need to do something. Okay. All right, am I gonna have enough here? It's gonna be close. Yeah, not quite. Well, that's fine. 'Tis all the fine in the world. All right. All right. Okay. All right, there we go. At least the slabby bits are in place. Let's go get some more prismarine. We'll try to finish off the stairs there. Okay. I've been having no end of problems with this. On Tuesday, I had a cutoff switch that used something. Used a calibrated skulk sensor to turn it off when there weren't guardians, dropping to their flaming death. Which was great, except I was losing minecarts. Like they would break and not in the way I would expect, and they'd end up getting caught in the system. And I don't know why. When I just have it running, they do fine. So there's definitely something weird happening with that, and I don't know what it is. Okay, we're over here. All right, sweet. So yeah, I need to figure out something. And I think what I might be able to do, I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it yet, but what I think I'm going to try to do is get an allay. Yeah, try to get an allay that will, oops, falling. That can pull the minecarts out of the water stream, because allays can do that. Okay, which is awesome. All right. Allays, you can use allays to sort or pick up non-stackable items, like a hopper minecart, for example. And then I just need to have it drop in a chest somewhere, particularly maybe a copper chest, right? And then I can have a copper golem, put it someplace so it will end up getting put into the dispensers, right? Unfortunately, the way that system is rigged and the way I've got the water set up, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get everything connected up in the right place. So, okay, so I'm gonna have to sit with that a little bit and think about what my options are there. And who knows? Maybe we'll do that on stream, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting challenge. Because in theory, I shouldn't need to do it at all, but in practice, minecarts break in a way that they don't get picked up by the hoppers the way I think they should. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. Okay. Lights, all the lights. 2, 3. Okay. Oops. Once again, I am the king of placing a torch right where I'm going to be tearing things out. Okay, I'm not going to bother salvaging this diorite. Be nice to do, nice to save it, but I have too much I need to get done and not a lot of time to do it, so we're gonna wait. All right. All right, so let's see if I get this last section of glass in place. Unfortunately, it's not. This isn't a fast process. It's not hard. It's just a little bit slow. Hey, Alex. Welcome in. Welcome in. AlexMan47 with the raid over there on Twitch. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thought I had a raid alert, but apparently not. Anyway, how's it going? Hope your stream went well. Got stumped on a puzzle platformer. Oh, fun. Yeah, the puzzles are the thing I have the worst time with playing Breath of the Wild, which I'm going to be doing on Saturday. The build is okay. We're getting some glass in, which is great. Finished getting all of my furnace array working on Tuesday, so I was able to smelt up enough glass, I think, to at least get the top portion of these wedges here. Right, you can see them here on the map. Right, so I think I've got enough glass that I could finish all of that, but yeah. Yeah, that was a thing. Man, so I built over the last week or so this big honking furnace array. It's got 64 furnaces to it. And built a kelp farm that goes with it. Okay, which is also wonderful. But trying to get them to work together and, you know, actually continue to have enough kelp blocks to keep the smelters going, to keep fuel processing and all that stuff. That was a fun problem to solve. And now that's all working. It automatically kicks off the kelp farm when it needs more kelp. And now I've got this big honking furnace array so I can cook all of the stinking glass that I need for this. It's got so much glass. And, you know, right now I'm just doing the top of these wedges, but I need to do a matching bit below them as well. So yeah, I need a lot of glass. Probably next week I need to go tear down a desert, fill up 6 or 8 shulker boxes of sand, and keep this going. Because I also have some glass to put up there. So this is a weird color scheme. It was this magenta and purple and prismarine. Pale oak, yeah, it's a very, very weird with the pastels, but it works. You haven't played Minecraft in years? That's fair. I love Minecraft. It's just one of those games for me. I started playing it, I don't know, like 10 years ago, because I got it when I got my PS4. And I thought, sure, I'll play Minecraft, I'll stream it a little bit, but mostly I'm going to be streaming Madden and Star Wars Battlefront. And it was Minecraft that just totally took over my life, and I love it. I mean, it scratches so many itches for me. Artistic, creative stuff, you know, the technical bit with redstone. You know, it's just, I love it. Sometimes if I want to get really technical, I'll jump into like Create Mod or something too. But you started your channel with Minecraft 12 years ago. Nice. Yeah, there are a lot of people who do, in fact. Minecraft is probably the worst game to be being a content creator on. Unless you're someone established, like the hermits on Hermitcraft or something. It is really hard to make any headway as a content creator playing Minecraft. But I couldn't see playing anything else, so Minecraft got boring and servers you joined went down or lost members. Yeah. That's definitely an issue. Yeah, I was dealing with that a little bit with this world several months ago. And it's like, okay, I'm feeling a little burnout. What do I want to do? So I took a break and I jumped over and played played Create Mod. Played a little modded for a while, and that was good. And now I'm playing Minecraft a couple of days a week, streaming that, and I'm playing currently Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Saturday. And streaming that. And that's been its own special breed of chaos. The annoying thing is I can't turn off the music in Breath of the Wild because Nintendo, in their infinite wisdom, decided that nobody would want to turn off the music when they play the games. That's just silliness. So streams are a little less music free on Saturdays than I'd like, but yeah, whatever. But no, I get it. I totally get it. Heck, that's part of the reason I'm over here is I wanted to do. I was building one section of my world, building a winter village, which was fine. And then I was starting to look at that area. It's like, I don't want to go over there and build stuff now. But decided, you know what? What I need? I need a guardian farm because I want sea lanterns. So I tore out a ocean monument. Now I have a guardian farm. But yeah, I totally get that. I was on a couple of different SMPs at various points, and yeah, I haven't been on one that's been as active as I would have liked. The last one I was on wasn't too bad. It's Tinker World. World hosted by Tinker77, and that wasn't bad. But it was time to end that world and potentially do a new season. And they said, you know what? Like you were mentioning before, Alex, it's like, yep, we're just not going to do another season here. I said, all right. So I came back to single player. Okay. All right, so this is fine. But it's all right. Things come and go. Nice thing about Minecraft is that it's a sandbox. You can do whatever you want with it. What else I was just listening to? Was it might have been Pixel Riffs today on stream. He's been doing this massive dig. I think for the last 6 months he's been digging out this big flippin' hole because he wants to put this giant redstone powered copper aging machine in place, and it's really awesome. That's great, but of course it takes a lot of digging to do that. But he was talking about people who are getting bored in Minecraft, and it's like, yeah, there are a lot of people. They play Minecraft exactly the same way every time. It's like they always build the same farms, you know, that type of thing. It's like you do that, and it's no wonder you get bored because it's you're just doing the same thing every time. And you know, I certainly get that. It's easy for me to fall into that trap too. It's like, oh, I need an iron farm. I will just build the same type of iron farm I've built all the time. Or, yeah, I've taken an approach when I came back to this world most recently. It's like, you know what? Except for the shulker farm, which I did not want to try to mess with those mechanics. I'm going to just build my own farms. And I don't care if they're the most efficient or whatever. I'm going to build and design my own and, you know, hope they work. And that's been fun. Ended up with a couple of cool builds that I now have tutorials for up on the YouTube channel. You know, designed my own potion brewer, which was really cool. A couple of them, actually. One of them I don't have a tutorial up for yet. I was playing around with the clock on it. Oop, got a little laggy. I think the kelp farm kicked off. Yeah, anyway, I'm playing with the timings. I actually want to see if that my new brewing system will work on bedrock. Because that's been an interesting challenge. Alex has built many games back in the day. Cool. Like Steeplechase, Monopoly, mini golf, and stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's not something I've done, because typically I'm in single player, and I'm not building games for myself. But that's cool. I built one mini game on Tinker World. I built Pac-Man, which was a special breed of fun. The goal of the game was to run around and hit, I think, 6 buttons that were on the map. And while you were doing that, you were chased by I think it ended up being 6 or 8 Ravagers. I started with 4, and 4 was not enough. I needed a few more to be a threat, but yeah, that was fun. Honestly, what might have been more interesting, and I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but what might have worked was Vindicators. That might have been interesting. But yeah, I was impressed with people who can get some really fun mini games going. You know, whether it's something really insane like Tango's Decked Out, or something smaller like what was it? Pearlescent Moon built a version of Wordle in Minecraft, which was really cool. So yeah, it's, you know, I part of my problem too, though, is game design is not something that really comes naturally to me. My son is all about it. He played Minecraft, and almost from the beginning, he was not building stuff like this. He was building games. And then, of course, he went to college to learn how to build games. So, you know, makes all the sense. I'm excited. He's going to be coming back from school here in a couple of weeks. And I haven't seen him since he left. So, you know, heck, we've barely talked because he's been so buried with schoolwork. But okay, come back here. Okay, get it? I think I got it. So that's exciting. Okay, let's pop this stuff in. Oh, this is so tedious, but if I can get this in, I'm going to have to cook up some more glass to be able to do the undersides. And honestly, I need to go feed my Nautilus so I can have a submarine while I do this. Need an auto builder. Yeah. That's what Create Mod is for. I saw somebody do something like that, right? You know, you'll get like nether tunnels, right? You'll see people, they'll build nether hubs and right, these long tunnels in the nether. And I watched somebody, maybe Wild West Dan or something like that, who is playing in Create Mod, and he built a contraption that would build his tunnel for him. I thought it was just it's all sorts of cool. Though this one would be a little bit awkward because it's got the weird angles on it. That's all right. Be done soon enough. I hope. I need to be done soon enough because I've got to work tonight, and so I can't go on too much longer. Like a mining machine with duplicating TNT launchers. Yeah, I would get those, but with Create Mod, obviously it's modded Minecraft, so there's lots of fun stuff. But Create, you can build drills, and the drill will dig out whatever it is that's in front of it. I've built a few of those in my time. Love those things. But you can put Create calls them deployers, but it's basically this brass hand that as your contraption runs along, usually minecart rail, something like that, they can place blocks. So you can just have it placing whatever blocks you want it to place. So if you want to lay down a fancy floor, or at least a floor of, you know, something that's not netherrack and whatever your walls are going on, and it's really cool. I like Create Mod. It's one of those, I have a hard time with modded Minecraft in some ways because I like Minecraft. I like vanilla Minecraft. And there are a lot of mods that make Minecraft feel less like Minecraft. Create doesn't. Create feels very much like Minecraft while still adding some new mechanics and stuff. So, you know, it's all sorts of fun. And that one works mostly like with clockwork, so it's gears and stuff. So if you're into the steampunk aesthetic, it's really cool. But I love it because I like building automation. It's one of the things I like doing with Redstone and Minecraft is building farms and automating things. And Create Mod lets you build that stuff out and using rotational power, said cogs and you know, belts and all that fun stuff. And yeah, it's all sorts of fun. Or you could just sit and build trains. That's cool too. The last world I had in Create Mod was I built a world that was all about food. Because I had a couple of mods that added food like hamburgers and pizza and, you know, ice cream and stuff like that. And I built machines to farm the ingredients and then craft the food. So one of the places, there was a pizza shop where you can go in and say, all right, hit a couple of buttons to select the toppings you wanted on your pizza, and then hit go, and it would kick out, slices of pizza. And I use trains to ship everything between the farms and the restaurants. That was all sorts of fun. Okay. All right. I think we've got it. Whew. What a mess. But it's done. Yeah, so there are a couple of ways of doing it, but there are mod packs available for that include Create Mod. Because Create gets added to lots of things. I had a mod pack, but it was for Create 5, and there's a new version, Create 6 is out now. But yeah, if you it's available on Modrinth and all of those places. So if you use the Modrinth launcher or the Prism launcher, something like that, it's really easy to install everything. But yeah, just look for Create, and there are a bunch of add-ons for Create as well. I think there are add-ons that do nuclear power, or there's add-ons for doing all sorts of other stuff, but oh, look at that. Oh, that's just cool. That is so cool. Yeah, I like it. Said I've got a lot of work to do with this build, but the glass is already making it look better. Man, I shocked myself after I got the outline of this in place. I'd gone to my Badlands base. I came back through the Nether portal, right? And I came through the portal and I looked. It's like, oh, that is so cool. And now you can see over there where I've got the bottom part of the wedge. Kinda, it's a little hard to see through the ocean, but and then on this side, I don't have the bottom half yet. That's a problem for future me. But yeah, you can kind of see this is starting to take shape, and I'm going to be placing. Right, you see this big box of prismarine. I'm going to be mixing in purple and some blackstone and all sorts of good stuff with this. So I need to tear this down. So yeah, this is going to be all sorts of cool. All sorts of cool. Oops, I don't want to be up there. Get lasered by something. Guardian will show up and just blast me off. But yes, this is sort of what my color palette's looking like. And it's a little bit weird. I admit, this is a strange palette, but it works. And yeah, I'm going to be building out a science lab up here too. That's what's coming in on this floor once I get sort of the exterior done. I should find a good spot for a nether portal here and all of the goodies, Let's take a look. Is all the... Okay. Oh, well, I'm out of sand, so all right. That's cool. But yeah, this is definitely working, and I'm starting to... Yep, definitely starting to fill up the fuel for the furnace array. So I was thinking, oh, it takes forever before the fuel gets out here, but it's like I'm crafting up 150 blocks to refill this thing. That does take a hot minute, especially when I have to smelt the fuel to run the smokers back there. All right, doing okay You know, I know there's a slime chunk over here. We should be keeping busy with the slime. This is the world's only pacifist iron golem, so who knows what's going on, but just trying. Oh, I should take a peek. Because the kelp farm can... Oh, it has been getting glow ink. Awesome. Slowly, but it has been getting some. That's great. Yeah, the kelp farm is down here. Yeah, it's all through here. Let me turn on the gamma override and... Right, so I've got some flying machines over here, and I have... There's one. Yeah, so I've got a couple of axolotls. I should have 3 of them. Don't know where the third one is. Assuming the third one didn't get caught inside a flying machine. That's a possibility, which would be really annoying. Yeah, I am not seeing the third one. Well, that actually would kind of suck. I'll have to get in here and breed these guys up or something. Okay, anyway, but yeah, I've got this massive kelp farm. And it's cool. I was really happy with this because we rigged this up last stream. Oh, it's blocked off now. Oopsies. Ow. Well, I didn't need that face anyway. I wasn't using it. But this thing, you know, when the kelp farm goes off, all the kelp goes and it comes in over here to feed the furnaces, right? So I can make kelp blocks. Fills in here. Well, I rigged a thing off of one of these hoppers back here. Yeah, one of these guys. So that if this hopper ends up empty, then it will fire off the kelp farm so I can get some more kelp over here. So that's all sorts of handy. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about here. Yes, these guys are almost full, so it's not distributing it quite as evenly as I would like, but that's close enough. It should be all right. We'll see how it goes and how often it triggers, but it's doing all right so far. So anyway, that's the fun. Spaghetti back here. But yeah, it just ends up creating kelp blocks, which then feed into this thing, which actually looks like it's recently gone off to fill the whole system. So yeah, it's a thing. It's awesome. I love it. But okay, yeah, we've got some glass. All right, well, cool. But that is going to have to do it for me today. There's some things I want to keep doing, but I do have to stop because I have to work tonight and I need some time to finish up stuff for stream before I do that. So, but I do want to give everybody a shout out who was watching today. Alex for the raid. And I especially want to shout out my supporters. You can see them coming up over there at musicfreegaming.com. If you would like to help support the stream, musicfreegaming.com is the best place to go to do that, except for just being here and watching the stream. That really is the best way of supporting things. And so next stream is going to be Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So be sure to check that action out. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.